Hello and welcome back to Footy Corner. I'm Sparks. Glad to see you in here. Can you please make sure you're hitting the like button, subscribing, and any comments you've got, post them in the comment section, and we'll go through all the chat as we go, or as I see them, as the case may be. So we got a new guest for you, Mark. How are we, sir?
Very well, very well. As an Arsenal fan, how
Yeah.
could you not be well today? So
Well, yeah, there are worse days to be Arsenal fan. Absolutely, yes. Glad to have you on the show.
happy to be
Um,
here.
yeah, and resident guest, as we kind of calling him now. Messes up my schedule every time, but there you go. Bez, how we doing, my man?
Okay, in the reference to the famous Eddie Jordan, an Irishman, I'll say I'm like a buzzing hornet right now.
Yeah. Do you want to expand on that?
Okay, buzzing hornet could mean a very well. I'll leave that to the Irishman to explain it. I don't know. I feel like a buzzing, I don't know, bee, then, if that helps. I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea. I know who you're talking about, but yeah, what you're talking
Okay, then I'm just a buzzy bezzy. Then I don't know bezzy. I can do the bezzy dance. I don't know. What do you want me to say?
Not exactly sure what's going on there, but okay.
Leave it
moving
out.
swiftly along.
Yeah, leave it out. Sorry, my
Oh my
introduction.
god.
Carry on.
Carry on.
Oh.
What we're going to carry on with? I mean, there's just no content at all. I mean, there's
Yeah.
there's
What
nothing
the
to
hell are
talk
we going to
about.
talk about?
I'm leaving then. I'm
Absolutely
leaving
nothing to
then.
talk about, is there?
I'm good. I'm leaving then. Goodbye. Farewells.
well, we got the job done.
Absolutely. Quite
What do you
comfortable.
think of the game, Mark? And what kind
Yeah.
of stood out for you?
Well, the first thing I suppose that stood out was the performance of the referee and VAR, because I think the two big decisions early in the game, the penalty we got and the reversal of the penalty to them in the Premier League, we don't get them. I'm fairly convinced that in the Premier League, the first foul is ignored, and the second one they just say, "Yeah, stick with the referee stick with the ref's decision on field." So that was refreshing that they weren't intimidated by the atmosphere, that they were going to call it as they saw it. They were going to ref the game, not ref the badge. So that was a big thing early on. Um, Obviously, when Saka misses the penalty, it makes you more nervous because it's like, oh, here we go again. It's the Bernabeu. Strange things happen in this goddamn place. They're going to pull something out again. But we were so solid defensively. I think over the two legs, and someone will correct us in the comments if I'm wrong, over the two games, I think they created one chance, the chance that Mbappe had at the Emirates. Obviously, the goal they got last night was a gift, but I think they only actually created one chance over the two games. I know we come on to individual performances later, but I think Jakub Kivior deserves a massive shout out for how he's come in over the last 2 to 3 games since Gabriel's been out injured. I think we were all quite worried. Well, I certainly was, to be honest, when Gabriel got injured, but Kivior has really stepped it up, particularly in the 2 games against Madrid. He's been phenomenal. So, as I said, I know we'll come on to individuals later, but I just wanted to give him a shout out at the very, very top of the show.
Yeah, I think you're totally right. I mean, at the end of the day, everybody was kind of putting Kivior down, weren't they? And personally, I didn't have as much doubts as you, in the sense of I just thought he needed game time. He just kind of needed to get it back into the swing of things. So at least it happened with a couple of games where he could, kind of work into the system. But I think he performed excellently over both legs, to be fair. So I think he did really well. I think he did have the benefit of Madrid playing in a style of play that kind of suited big centre backs, and I didn't really understand why.
No.
Because it's not as if they have a big centre forward.
No.
So I didn't really get the whole crossing thing. Did you watch the game, Bez?
Unfortunately, not on the highlights.
Okay, but basically they spent the whole game they spent crossing it into the box, and either Rice was heading it away, Kivior was heading it away, or Saliba did a couple.
Raya came and claimed one or two as well.
I'll tell you what, Raya needs a shout out as well. To be fair, because he relieved a lot of pressure in the box there, and I can't remember another keeper for us being so confident pulling the ball from the air.
Yeah, he dominates his own box incredibly well. As you said, Sparks, you're probably going back to maybe someone like David Seaman. And that's not today or yesterday, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, even he was like tipping over the bar rather than actually catching and
Pulling
stuff.
it down,
I know he caught on occasion and stuff,
Yeah.
but Raya just kind of goes through, and he's got to be one of the best keepers in the league for it, hasn't he?
I would imagine so. It's hard to think of too many better than him at that particular aspect of the game, anyways.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you kind of look at it and go, well, that calmness that he's kind of setting the tone, isn't he? Because it's he's just literally just going, right, okay, well, if you don't get it, I'm taking it.
Yeah, exactly.
And,
especially with the way Madrid decided to approach the game last night, which was I don't know, something like a David Moyes type approach. Keep crossing the ball, keep putting balls in the box, and our defenders and Raya, his goalkeeper, just ate it up. I'd say they couldn't believe their luck, to be honest, at what they were facing. Now, maybe we restricted them to that as well.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I think the fullbacks were kind of locking up, and Rice was locking up as well, and Partey as well had another decent game, I thought.
Yeah.
Defensively, I think obviously we have wingers that defend as well as attack, so it adds a little different dimension, doesn't it?
100%. Especially when you watch what we were up against last night. Vinicius and Rodrigo and Mbappe, basically, they decide they'll only play when the ball's in their attacking half of the field. So,
well, I saw on a couple of occasions that Bellingham, when he played the ball forwards, he kind of played the ball, and we kind of turned it over or whatever, and he was just walking around.
That's it. I thought he was very, very poor in both matches. By his standards. I don't know. Maybe he's been pushed out of position to accommodate Mbappe, and they've upset the structure of the team a little bit. I don't know. I don't watch a lot of Spanish football. Obviously, you know the names, but they seem to be struggling a little bit in La Liga as well. Last year, they'd basically him playing as a false nine kind of thing, with a very strong midfield behind him. This year, he's had to move into midfield to allow them play the three lads up front together, and doesn't seem to have clicked for them. That's probably going to cost Ancelotti his job, to be fair. So, just listening to some of the talk last night, Ancelotti was under major pressure before last night. Never mind.
Yeah, he was, wasn't he? Yeah, I mean, who specifically stood out for you last night?
Okay, I'm going to go with the obvious and say Declan Rice. Declan Rice was outstanding again last night. He just broke up so many attacks, and his ability in transition to carry the ball forward, I think, is very, very impressive as well. So yeah, Rice for me was outstanding. The centre backs, as we've mentioned, bar the slip up, or I don't know what you'd call it, by Saliba to gift him the goal, but other than that, he didn't put a foot wrong over the two games.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think it was a message to his agent, basically going, don't get me in there. We don't need to send me there, and I'll do a little slip up as well, just to give him a little bit of a nudge.
The TV director phone down. People are switching off. Do something to make this a bit more interesting.
Yeah,
a bit more dramatic, right? A bit more dramatic.
Yeah,
it was definitely more dramatic, but and the timing of it, I think, was the worst part of it, to be honest.
Yeah,
but yeah, I
mean,
yeah, I mean, Did it actually? Were you actually worried at any point?
Can I add this something to this segment?
Go on then.
I personally
Go
said to you a
ahead,
scrappy draw, right? Like a score draw. You remember I said to you on Tuesday, a scrappy draw, I'll take it. I know we were going to score. I know that will score. But the fact is, the way we commanded ourselves, the way we controlled ourselves, bear in mind, every player played that part, including the manager, including the fans, even our fans. Everyone played that part in my eyes, from out here, from across both legs. What I enjoyed seeing is everyone knew what to do last night. Like everyone knew who they're man marking, who they are like backtracking. It's just depressing on Tuesday, basically. I felt like, again, I'm very much so into the highlights. I need to watch the full match fully, really, to talk about this once again. Hopefully, if we need to. I should have watched it, but literally, I've been so busy working and socializing. I'll tell the truth.
You have a life,
busy.
mate. People
Yeah.
have lives. It's all good.
Well, someone's told me watch the whole game before we talk about a game of football. Someone out there, but like, you know what?
Yeah, well,
Is out there now
Yeah.
in the bin. But long
Yeah.
story short, I have to say Declan Rice for me personally. I mean, other players I can talk about, but Declan Rice, first game, top-notch performance. Second one, he does all the dirty stuff you want. He reminds you of Patrick Vieira, I know I may call deluded now. His second season for Arsenal, technically. But for me, he reminds me of Patrick Vieira. No, not his defender. Midfield defender. Attacksman, he knows what attack. He knows what goal is. He knows what to defend. He's a great captain. Bar in mind, Odegaard now, is thereabouts. I wish, Saka didn't take that penalty, which we can talk about in a minute. But I just feel like Declan Rice, for me personally, his level of maturity, a man who's nearly like, I think, mid-20s now, still very, very young. I just lost for words. The way he controls his game, the way he's so calm, so honest, Yes, don't mind me if I just jump ship a bit. The way he kind of like said to the referee, I didn't touch him. I did not touch him. The way he's so honest about it, a true footballer, the way footballer should be, transparent, honest with himself, even honest with his own fans, even, But for me, I'll say so far, for me, they deserve both man of the matches, double decker, they call it now.
Yeah.
He deserved both medals, for man of the match. Yes, first one, he scored the 2 goals. Partey had the better games on the defending side of things. But I think for me, Declan did the hard, sort of the dirty stuff more, more of the gritty, passionate desire, playing for the shirt, without me dwelling too much about one player, because all of them played that part, including the manager and our fans as well. We never heard anything bad about our fans, across both games, nothing bad, which is amazing in these day and age now, because no one really has to say nothing bad about us anymore, which is a good thing, I hope.
Yeah, a couple of things I just wanted to pick up on there is Rice didn't just boss the game. He kind of read everything. He was like he had a book in front of him that literally said
The Bible.
what
Sorry, the
players
Bible,
doing.
basically.
I mean, obviously might be going a bit far there, especially with what Real Madrid were throwing around the day before and for the last week. But but yeah, it was like he's reading a book. It was just incredible. It was the first to absolutely everything, and Bellingham didn't know what to do with himself. He started resorting to wrestling moves. So at least he goes on with a WWE belt tonight. But I mean, he did it twice. He did it to Rice, and he did it to Timber as well. Literally on the floor. I mean, he should have been booked. I looked as well because I saw some of the challenges that he made, and he didn't get a yellow card the whole game.
Wow.
He was grappling players from minute one.
Man, this was on the highlights. Sorry if I cut you off, both of you, but this was on the highlights, and I missed out on this completely. I need to rewatch the whole game.
Yeah. Rudiger was at that stuff as well. Like,
the
yellow card didn't come until like basically injury time. It was a joke.
Yeah, I mean the one where he kneed who was it? It was Marino in the thigh.
Yeah, could have been a dead leg.
Literally just cheating little swear word. But yeah, it wasn't good, and as much as I thought that the ref got the big decisions right, I think the little ones he kind of let go a little bit, and I think maybe he didn't want to spoil the game, which is fine. I think it was under a bit of pressure as well because he'd awarded one and overturned one.
Yeah.
But the thing for me was when Partey got involved with the whole
At the end, yeah.
right at the end. I can't remember who was on. Was it on Timber?
It was when, yeah, I think it was. It was when Rudiger got the yellow card.
Yeah, Rudiger was on the thing, but it's like he shouldn't even be on the field, and all the crap that he done, Partey immediately gets booked, and I was like, Partey hadn't even made a challenge all game.
No,
he hadn't even made a bad challenge or anything.
No.
So I didn't really understand why.
We never saw what he got booked for either.
What was that?
We never really saw what he got booked for. It was hard to see from the television pictures. I don't know if he kicked the ball away or
No, he reacted, didn't he? He was basically protecting whoever it was that went over. Yeah. He was basically getting in the face, going,
what the hell are you doing?
Don't do that, bloody hell. And Rice, being Rice, he walked away and went, "What are you doing? Why are you getting involved? You missed the next match now."
Yeah, be a big loss as well.
Yeah. So but at least it is the home game.
Yes.
So that is the saving grace, I guess you call it, really.
Yeah. Can I please just say what Carvajal did to Saka at halftime was disgusting, because how dare he come all the way from the stands to grab him by the neck to say, "What did you do that for?" Like, man, you're a established player. I thought I'd bring this up before I forget, sorry. And I thought I think to myself, so he's allowed to do that. He's in the stands, he's injured where he is, he's reaching the end of the career. But what I love is Ben White. Yeah. Ben Shitharzy White literally just told him, "What the fuck are you doing? Now, what's your problem, man?"
Get over here. Yeah.
I just seen the video before coming in now on the way in the train.
I haven't seen that. What happened there?
Okay.
At half time,
I can tell you, sorry. I just seen it right now before coming
at half time when they were going down the tunnel. Obviously, Saka had missed his penalty in the first half.
Yeah.
Carvajal, who wasn't a sub, wasn't tagged out, was in his civvies, approached Saka, grabbed him by the throat kind of thing, or back of the neck, and I don't know, he obviously started mouthing at him as well. And then Ben White came in and basically told him, in no uncertain terms, "Get the fuck out of here."
Yeah.
But just, I know Madrid at home think they can do whatever the hell they like, but it's not on for a player who's not even part of the matchday squad.
No, absolutely not. He should get reprimanded for that, but he won't, will he?
Yeah.
That's why I thought I'd bring it up, Sparks, because I'm glad Mark's seen it, and I'll send you the clip if I can find it again somewhere.
Yeah, I'll have a look. I'll have a look for that in a minute.
Honestly, it just popped up my thing coming the way in the train, like coming from West London. I just somewhere popped up my profile.
Yeah, I literally haven't seen that one, but
I can send it to you now while we're here on there. If I can switch off my video, just try and find it for you.
Yeah, no, just we'll do it after. Just send it me after.
But it's disgusting. Honestly, it's disgusting. In the day and age to be seeing that, there's no need for that sort of. I don't know how to say this mental attitude, like problem, like, they're getting beaten or they're getting outplayed over two legs, and then he has the audacity to do that to my star boy. Like, who are you now? I know you've been a man for like forever for Madrid. Like, he's a Madrid man through and through, but come on, like, calm your horses, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's just not necessary, is it? And it shouldn't be allowed. At the end of the day, I think one of the coaches got sent off as well, didn't he?
One of the coaches did. I don't know.
Yeah. One of the coaches.
What was in that little mini melee? I think mini melee, what they call it.
I don't even know what that was about, to be honest.
No, didn't make any sense. There wasn't really a whole pile going on at the time.
No, there was nothing happening, was there, at the time? It was like the commentator just came out and went, "Oh yeah, so and so happened."
Some Real Madrid coach has been sent off.
But yeah, I thought the commentary team were awful as well, to be fair.
But aren't they always? Aren't they always? Like,
I think the Amazon ones are the best, actually, at the minute.
Yeah.
Alan Shearer will do that. Ho, 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 ho.
What's that?
Alan Shearer's commentary for Amazon was hilarious,
Yeah.
But definitely
he's far better than McCoist and Rio.
McCoy's I can live with him, but not Rio. But not Rio.
Yeah, I got and McManaman as well. When I saw McManaman on the team, I was like, "Geez."
Is that who he was in the BT one? Oh my god.
Yeah. I didn't realize. What was it on Amazon as well?
BT or TNT.
Yeah,
Sorry,
no,
TNT.
Amazon didn't have the game last night.
Yeah,
That
First
last
yeah.
week. Yeah, that last week.
Yeah, that, obviously, yeah, I've got both, but I was like, well, it must only be on one or the other. But yeah,
That's it.
after the game and half time, McManaman going on, and it's like, oh, it doesn't mean anything unless you win it, and it's a poor Madrid side, and it's this, that, and the other, and you're like,
Yeah.
Come on.
It's amazing how
Keon's at the
bad
side
team
of him.
becomes after we beat them, isn't it?
Well, yeah, he kind of said that beforehand as well, and it's just like, oh, stop stirring the pot, just even before it, just because we went further than Liverpool,
Yeah.
and now we've gone further than both his teams, so
Man City as well. He played for them too.
Oh, he played for Man City as well, didn't he? Yeah. So he got beat all
Did
ends
he as
up,
well? Oh
didn't
my god! Oh, what a shit face.
he? Yeah. So but yeah.
Just on that, just interest here. You know all the stuff from Madrid the week before the game. Do you think they genuinely believe that, or do you think they're trying to convince themselves?
I actually
that
think
they
they
were
were trying
going
to
to come
convince
back.
themselves.
Yeah, I completely agree, because I think if you genuinely believe that you're going to come back, you don't mouth off about it for a week beforehand.
Well, Rentanta,
No.
is it the Contanta de Madrid?
Remontado, isn't that what
Yeah,
they're
Remontado.
calling
Is
it?
it called the comeback? Comeback of what? More like.
Yeah.
Have you heard the other version?
I made my own, but go on. I made my own one as well.
I'll
tell you in a minute. I'll tell you in a minute.
Remonada.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Remontado.
My one is, and I'll say this live on air, is called I'll call them cabrones with no cajones.
Oh,
Okay.
Do you know what that means, right?
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad you know as well, Mark, what it means.
Yeah.
I just made it up on my train journey home. Honestly, I'm like, you know what? I'll say this tonight.
Yeah, I haven't heard that one, but yeah. I mean, it was nice as well, actually, for Martinelli to score that breakaway goal for him as well, because I think he's done a decent performance for the last 5 games. So I think he's done pretty well. But I think we deserve to win the game.
100%.
So I think it was nice for our fans, which finally got a call out on the commentary team on 80 minutes when it was kind of got a foregone conclusion that they weren't going to come back.
Yeah.
They finally started, actually saying something about the fans, because I don't know about you lot with the roof's going to be closed and it's this all this that and the other.
Yeah.
I don't think any of the fans believed it.
No.
And I don't think they were given a reason to believe it either.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. They were flat, and Real Madrid gave their own fans nothing to really get behind last night. Bar maybe when Courtois made the save from the penalty, but other than that, they had nothing positive to shout about from basically the first minute.
Did you see that shot of that guy? So we still believe. When he said in English, we still believe.
Yeah. We believe, and another one had 4-3 or something like that on it.
Oh my god!
It's just like, oh my god, it's just so cringe. And
Exactly.
People that I watched other people's streams and that, and there's a guy on there, and he wants Ancelotti out. He's useless. He's a scrub. He calls him a scrub. He calls Ancelotti a scrub.
Yeah.
Are you serious, man?
And you're like, right, okay, all the stuff that he's won.
Yes.
Calling that man a scrub
for your club,
like your club as well.
Yeah.
And he's I want them all out, and I want this out, and want that out, and want the other out, but they're still going to win. Like, what?
So spoiled, man.
It doesn't make any sense. So he's putting all these players as well in combined 11s, and only one player gets in or something like that in a combined 11. And you're like, and then he goes, oh yeah, but it's the worst Madrid team I've ever seen.
Yeah.
You're like, so how do you think they're going to win then?
Yeah.
Or challenge, right? Or challenge us more like.
Well, yeah, but it's just say that we're ridiculous. We're more scrubs than they are, but yeah, it was just a bit weird. I mean, just like this is what you expect.
But they have a sense of we have a divine right to win this
It's
trophy.
entitlement, isn't it? It is just entitlement at the end of the day. Did you see how they arrived?
I saw the bus and the flares and all the stuff
And the horses.
off and things like that. But
I've not seen this.
Yeah.
No,
There were horses and mounted. There were horses in front of the coach. All the smoke and all this lot, all this
I
entourage.
saw the tifo. So if I could do, I saw the tifo, which wasn't that big deal compared to our one.
What, the one with the Viking or whatever it
Yeah,
was?
playing chess, something, whatever it is. I'm like, what is that?
Yeah, I didn't really get it.
Me too. When
Yeah.
I saw it in the highlights, I was like, what? Sorry, but what is this?
Yeah,
what
I don't know what it's
supposed
supposed to be. Yeah, unless it's supposed to be some gladiator or whatever. I don't know.
Or Zeus, I don't know, something.
Yeah, but I don't understand why you'd have Zeus as a
why was
bloody
he playing
hero.
chess?
What's that?
Why was he playing chess?
Exactly. That's my question to you both. Why is he playing chess? Exactly. Why?
I
I don't know what connection that has with Madrid. Maybe there is something there that we're not aware of, but didn't make much sense to me.
No.
The other thing that like on the commentary team, they basically said as well. I don't know if you saw, but the two guys that died, that obviously connected with Real Madrid, and they played some music with it,
Yeah.
and they went, "Well, you associate class with Real Madrid," and all they did was play some music.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
We give people salutes with trumpets and stuff, don't we? And you know, whole orchestras and stuff like that in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
But only Real Madrid show class when people die.
Yeah.
You're like, what? Yeah, you
I'm
know.
confused.
So yeah, I thought that was a bit strange as well, to be fair. But
Baffling, my friend. It's very baffling to hear this.
yeah. But I thought it was a decent performance from everybody, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was a little bit
No one had a
disappointed
bad
with Odegaard.
Yes, definitely not.
What's that?
There's nobody had a bad game. Like definitely.
No, I think Odegaard, by his standards, wasn't necessarily great.
Yeah.
But I've heard other people talking about him and having meltdowns about him and stuff, and I'm like, well,
That's it. Like,
he's just not living up to his own potential. That's all, isn't it?
yeah. It's weird. The two pundits, the two guys we had on Irish television last night, Kevin Doyle was one, Richie Sadlier the other. They were raving about Odegaard's performance and his work rate and the amount of running he did, etc., etc. Now that shouldn't be enough, given he's in the team to create chances and stuff. But it's interesting that people look at things through a different lens, I suppose, in terms of what they're looking for. Doyle was always more of a workhorse anyway, so he probably does appreciate that side of the game more than most.
Yeah, for sure. And he did delay the pass to Marino.
Yeah,
whilst Saka was getting across the line, across the box. So it's not as if he didn't do anything. And I thought it was working well defensively as well.
Yeah.
So I don't think he was bad. I just think he was bad by his own standards. I think it was just literally just he's just not living up to his own hype at the minute. And so at the end of the day,
In my eyes, though, I'll say this to you both. He was not like the conductor of the opera, but more like the orchestra of the creativity that we needed from his calmness as a captain, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, what I need from him, and I'll be completely honest, is kind of that insightful pass that basically gets us out of a sticky situation very quickly and puts the opponent in a sticky situation. And
like Marino did with Martinelli, which we can probably talk about, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, was that not from
Kivior's
Odegaard as
header.
well?
I know it was Kivior's clearance with his head, and then it went.
Maybe that might have been from Kivior. That
it was from Kivior. The second one.
Kivior cleared it, and then that went
Marino and Martinelli.
Marino, and then two assists from Marino.
Yeah,
very composed last night. He looked. From us in the highlights, keeping that in mind.
This is the other thing, isn't it? Because obviously we're led to think that we need a striker and we need this, we need that, we need the other. do we specifically need a striker, or we just literally just need somebody to put the ball in the net, don't we?
Exactly. Exactly.
Yes,
It doesn't matter
yes.
whether they're a winger or a striker. We need someone that'll get us 20 plus goals a season. Like Salah's not a striker, but he gets some 20 odd goals a season. So that's what you need. We need someone, as I said, that can score prolifically or consistently. Whether that's a right winger, a left winger, a striker, or a midfielder, number 10 / type position, doesn't really matter where they play. But as I said, Sparks, we need someone that will get 20 to 25 goals a season on a consistent basis.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you had the pick of everybody, who are you getting in? If you've got one signing to put in that team, I know we need more than that. If you've got one signing to put just to get the goals you're talking about, who are you getting?
Haaland. No, realistically, I probably haven't done enough research on who's out there. Obviously, the names that are out there are Sesko, Gyökeres. They seem to be the main two that we're kind of linked with. And as I haven't done enough or watched enough of either of them to hang my hat on either one as of yet. So I could pick out a name, but it'll only be based on pure speculation rather than actual concrete evidence, having watched them play a number of times.
Do you think that the fact that the noise is around Gyökeres and the noise is around other targets, that they've decided on Sesko?
Potentially that they're trying to throw others off the scent. That's always a possibility. And I think when you have a new sporting director in there as well, nobody really knows what's going on. There shouldn't be leaks coming out of the club as of yet anyways, because he hasn't firmly, I suppose, built up trust with anyone to start telling them anything other than maybe Mikel Arteta and the owners, who I presume wouldn't be leaking stuff to the press unless it's deliberate to throw people off the scent.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like a bit of PR, a reverse psychology PR stunt sort of thing that basically says, right, okay, well, we're going for him when we're actually Sesko's already done.
Yeah, there's every chance.
So even though Berta's just come in, do you think all our transfer activities, or at least half of it, say, is already done?
I would say, yeah, you'd have to think so, because given there's no tournament this summer to interfere with any transfer for business or transfer plans you have, you should be able to get anybody that you've been chasing, since I suppose most of these things are you don't just rock up. It's not Football Manager. You don't just rock up at the end of the season and start throwing money around.
Yeah, that's how it works, isn't it?
It does, yeah, it's exactly like that. So any targets we have will have been before Berta was probably even appointed. So he'll have his own ideas, obviously, and may skew them and go, oh, I see you have ABC. Have you thought about player D? But I'd say plans are well down the road at this stage before he was even appointed.
Well, he might even have agreed with it because he agrees with the plan.
Yes, yeah. Everything would have been laid out to him when he was appointed, or when during the interview process, or it would have been laid out to him what the plans were, and he would have had to essentially sign off on it before taking the job. So I think you're probably right there, Sparks. He agrees at least with 90% of what's going on, and he'll have his own input to the 10% or 12%, whatever it is that he disagrees with, and try to twist arms and move things. But yeah, he must agree with a lot of what he's seen, because he wouldn't have taken the job otherwise.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that there's got to be quite a considerable budget out there as well, to be fair.
Yeah.
We obviously spoke about our game. We haven't spoken about the other games yet, but did you see anything in the Villa game, the PSG game?
Yeah, one thing I noticed, Villa created a hell of a lot of chances. Could have ended up going through quite easily. Donnarumma made 2 or 3 great saves after it had gone to 3-2, and then did a shot cleared off the line right at the end that would have brought it to extra time. So yeah, Villa created a hell of a lot, but Donnarumma bailed PSG out on a couple of occasions, and Pacho then cleared one off the line as well. It was kind of one of those, when it went 2-0 to PSG, I flicked over to the Dortmund Barcelona game.
Yeah, I did the same.
This game's dead. Then they go, Tielemans has got 1. John McGinn scores out 2-2, and I think Barcelona then pulled it back to 2-1. Looked like Dortmund were going to cause a bit of a stir for a while as well.
Yeah, definitely. They certainly cause a stir with that high line, don't they, Barcelona?
Big time.
The Spurs line.
Opportunities. Yeah, and in the spare time.
Oh, Jesus. But yeah, do you are you happy with the opponents we've got, Bez?
I said PSG all along, so I really can't say too much. Really, I said the PSG, yeah.
Do you think we'll beat PSG?
We can. We can if we go the same mindset, the same mentality, the same belief, the same, same tactics, obviously, in terms of, obviously, have some sort of A and B plan, if you know what I mean. Have a trick up our sleeve. The way Arteta, I think for me, Arteta should give him a lot more credit than people give him, not us, but people who talk crap about him. For me, to be brave, to play the same 11 in 2 games across, the way he controlled the team, the way he told the team to behave before the game itself, pre-match, simply tells me this man's belief as a manager is growing, bearing in mind, how things have went in other circumstances now. But for me, it shows that clearly he'll be up for it. As we said on Tuesday, I really just hope he just keeps the same mindset as a manager himself, because he's running the show. Because all the spotlight will be on him, technically, We'll know that at the end of the season, all the eyes will be on him. As we already just said, we know who probably he's got in mind to sign. The chairman or the director of football now, they'll know probably who to get, who not to get. But as you're saying, focus on the present at the moment. I see us hopefully playing the same way as we did against Real Madrid. But please have a plan B up your sleeve as well. Like, surprise them. Like, give them a bit of a wow factor to say, look, we're here, man. We're still, kicking up around, the ball, still kicking up a bit of a crazy, should I say this, antics to say, look, you want to mess with us? We're ready to come back at you,
Did you know, I don't know if you've seen it as well, but people have accused us of parking a bus last night.
How?
So Vasquez said.
How? Please tell me how.
I don't know. We had more shots on goal than them.
We had more creativity, basically.
Yeah.
And that was no intentional, by the way. We had more creativity than them. I'm sorry. And can I say this again, man? I've said you about the first leg. And I adore this man so much because he's French, of course. When Mbappe thinks it's always about him. I'll say this again. Yeah. He thinks it's always about him.
Yeah.
I'll say this for the second week running. Sorry, but yeah.
No, it's fine. But I think that PSG are seeing the benefits of that as well, aren't they? That the egos are out of the team, and it's almost all.
Less for the better, no? I guess.
Yeah, Dembele was not a happy bunny after that game.
No.
But for me, I thought he was as bad as Mbappe at times. Yeah. In terms of he'd get in the position and he could just do a slide room pass. Well, no, it goes in the second tier, doesn't it?
I'm saying he's in 2 minds. So I shoot.
Every single one, he leans back and shoots it over the bar.
Yeah. Touch wood, Sparks.
Yeah, well, hopefully he does it the same in our games. But
that was literally press the triangle in an old FIFA game, not square, not X, to like to pass the ball through, but when triangle, you know what? I'll just loop it in, a finesse shot or whatever.
Yeah, you didn't give it enough bumper.
Yes. You get my language now. You get me
now. Not enough bumper, too much power. Over the bar.
How sweet of you to talk like that. Oh Christ.
Yeah, but I'm quite happy with PSG because I think personally Villa set up wrong in both games.
Yeah.
Wrong mentality. Sorry, but wrong mentality in my eyes.
I don't think it was necessarily
No, I don't
mentality.
think it was wrong mentality. They left themselves too exposed down the flanks. So
Yeah, I was about to say that, but yeah, go ahead.
The Georgian guy, whose name I'm not going to try to pronounce,
Come on,
yeah, had cash on toast in the first game. Now again, Enrique made a mistake on Tuesday by moving him from left wing to right wing to bring in Barcola. Now Barcola played well, but again, when I've seen a guy absolutely destroy a fullback, I think I'm just saying to him, go out and do that again, rather than switching him over. But yeah, I think Villa left themselves way too exposed on the flanks, which is where PSG are very, very strong. They're very, very good wingers. But we very, very good fullbacks. We have much better fullbacks than Matty Cash and Luca Dean, in my opinion. So what was a massive advantage for PSG against Aston Villa, I don't think it'll be the same, definitely not the same level of advantage against us. You'd like to think not, anyways. The way Timber and Lewis Skelly have been playing, that they're as good of a pair of fullbacks as is in Europe at the moment, in my opinion. So hopefully they'll be able to shut down that avenue for PSG over the two legs.
I don't think it's even just about that, to be honest. I think if you got, I mean, the biggest thing you need to do is to stop their fullbacks coming up.
Yeah.
So if you're starting pushing them back, you've got Timber on one of them and Martinelli on the other. Well, they ain't coming up the field.
Yes. Yeah.
They're not just gung-hoing it forwards.
No,
because basically their defensive line, when Marquinhos plays, when he isn't playing, basically just relies on Donnarumma.
Yeah.
And Donnarumma in the previous game, was that a Liverpool game where they won on penalties?
Yes. Yeah, they knocked Liverpool out before Villa, yeah.
So literally, Donnarumma in that game, he caught nothing. He did a showbiz dive for every single thing.
I swear to God, you read my mind, Spot. What I said to you, literally I was screaming my television saying, man, like, you know me, I'm close to Italy. I was like, make a save. Like, was it make an effort to save something from these? Can I swear? If I'm allowed to?
Yeah, I'd rather you didn't, but you go on.
Well, I'll be less colourful tonight, I promise. Because I don't have to be colourful. Literally, like, bloody hell, like, just bloody make a save, you know? Literally,
I mean, I just think he literally did like I said, a showbiz dive for everything. And he was palming it out and he's doing whatever. And I said to my mates in a WhatsApp group, and I was like, this guy, he's practicing for penalties. Every single thing he's practicing for penalties. Because he treated every save, every cross, he treated like it was a penalty.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And then it went to penalties. He was just like mad. So literally just looking at it going, I thought that was what was happening. But
good shot, good shot. You noticed that?
Yeah, but he had opportunities to catch stuff, and he just never bothered. He's just literally flying it up in the air.
As you know as well, and Mark, I'm not because that's why I tried to call you the other day when I had the chance, when it was like a couple of weeks back. Literally, Sparks knows this. I told my mates, even in present, Sparks saying, for Declan Rice, he scored the second one. Everyone told me, Sparks, I'm not having a go to you, by the way. How do you know he's going to score the second one? I just know, look at that eye he does. The eye, he's got the confidence, the urge, the ability to just do it. But he topped it even better with the second one, no?
For sure.
Yeah.
That bullet, I told people, you scored the second one. How do you know? I'm not being like psychopath or whatever, or psychic, but I just know he will score the second one. Just believe he will. A psychopath. Well, what do we call it? Psychic psychopath. Psycho, like Stuart Pearce.
Yeah, not exactly the same thing.
But not exactly the same meaning, but all right.
I know the difference.
It's not even the same spelling or the same pronunciation.
Are you sure now? They're both spelled P as well.
I'm blooming certain, yes.
Well, I know he's a psychopath in this day and age, but I'm not going to say who anyway. But hey,
I think everything stems back to the fullbacks, and if you can pin the fullbacks back, and then you shut Vitinha off in the middle of the park, I don't think that they attack like that.
No,
I don't
you're
think they
along with
can.
them if you can do that. Yeah,
But
no,
I thought as well. I thought in the first leg he tried to be compact, Emery, and he didn't have the personnel to be compact.
no.
Like, why he didn't put an Onana on for that first leg to say it was mad. But actually the biggest thing for me the second leg was when because Rashford had a poor first half, but the second half he gets in the game and then he takes him off.
Yeah,
Weird.
it was very weird because they had other players who were underperforming that he could have
for sure
could easily have taken off before Rashford.
But you're going out, right? So what do you need to be
Yeah.
defensive for? You're going out.
Yeah, exactly.
You need to be attacking, man.
That's it. He should have played Rashford and Watkins together, even if it meant moving Rashford to left wing and playing Watkins through the middle or playing them both through the middle. That was the obvious thing to do for me, but
Yeah, he didn't need to go gung ho from start to finish either.
Yeah,
he could have played it in like 10-minute, intervals.
Chunks, yeah.
And I think that's what Arteta does. Really, he does it in 15-minute intervals. And literally he goes, right, okay, you're staying compact for this, and then you're going to go for it.
Yeah.
And
that was so important the other night in Madrid to get through those first 15 minutes without giving them any encouragement.
Well, when he got to half time and it was 0-0 at half time, I was like, well, okay, I'm pretty confident this is done now. Obviously, I was a bit disappointed with.
Sorry, we said Tuesday, Sparks. You called it out. I'll say it in this. You because it's the same thing on Tuesday before the game.
I said that we get to half time 0-0. I think that's it because the heads will drop. The egos are out there. They'll just spin it out and whatever. So yeah.
Did you hear? Sorry if I cut you off. Did you hear the Ancelotti post-match interview? The way he kind of bigged us up. Really good manager. How you speak like that, the way he talked about us.
Well. I mean, he's got to though, hasn't he?
Otherwise,
but
he's still humble. Though. At least he showed that he cares about football, more than just.
Ancelotti does carry himself with a bit of.
Yeah, a bit of class.
Generally.
Yeah, I know he does. But I mean, the way really well-spoken person for a man of his caliber as well. Man, rather than a coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, he's been there and done it, and he's got the T-shirt. Nobody can take that away from him. And for people,
even able to coach Everton into the top half of the league.
Didn't they get into Europe with him?
I think so. Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
Then he got the Real Madrid job, and things kind of fell off, fell completely to pieces after that.
Yeah, for sure. But
I'm hearing they might join the Brazil national team. I'll be happy to hear that, but I don't know if it's true now.
Have you heard that Jurgen Klopp is supposed to be in line for the Madrid job as well? What are your thoughts on that?
Do you want to kick it off or show let Mark? Sorry.
Well, you start talking.
Be an interesting one.
Okay.
Be an interesting one because you will if he goes to Madrid, you're guaranteed he will be bumping into Liverpool at some stage rather down the road. Look, obviously he's a top coach. So it's someone Madrid would obviously be interested in if the interest was reciprocated. But we'll see what's to happen. I know there's probably other people as well who'll be more than interested in that Madrid job. Xabi Alonso, whether they
he's a big rumor.
Zidane. So it's one of those. Klopp as well. I think he's quite selective about who he works with. And whether Florentino Perez would be the type of person that you want to work with if you're a strong-headed character like Klopp, I'm not sure. But the allure of Real Madrid will be there always. So, but Perez, I think, working with him, it just doesn't seem like the easiest job in the world anyway, shall we say.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, you kind of get the pick of your players, don't you? And he's obviously shown some kind of interest in all of the players that are either at Real Madrid or going to Real Madrid.
Yeah.
So
it just makes you think: has he tipped Trent off?
There is. I saw another stream, and they literally said that is it a conspiracy theory that the Klopp basically got Trent going in the first place, and now he's going Madrid.
Yeah, time will tell.
Could be.
Yes. What do you make of it, Bez?
When I first heard about this late last night, actually, when I was, buzzing after the game, trying to keep my emotion intact. I'll tell you this now, as a grown man, I promise you, no tears tonight.
It was because of the Real Madrid PR machine, mate. Because they'd lost.
Yeah,
They've
the
got to
fax
put-
machine just went beeping, right? Like proper,
Yeah.
like
Because they're lost, they've got to push it out there, push the vibes out there to keep people calm. And we're not settling for this, don't we?
The referee need to pay the money. Florentina Perez wants to pay the dinero, no?
Yeah.
But anyway, professional side aside now. Basically, I think Jurgen, as Mark alluded to, and I do agree with what you're saying, completely and you as well. He might be lured and tempted by Madrid. Bear in mind, as you know, now he has links with Red Bull. We don't know what really he does there fully, but anyway, that's his life, his choice. I think personally he might consider it, but bear in mind then he might also, let's say, how also Bayern Munich now as well, kind of like a tightrope with, company, because I don't dislike company, but, still a bit of a young manager to go from Burnley to Bayern Munich is a big jump for me. It's really a big jump.
Getting relegated with Burnley to managing Bayern Munich is an even bigger jump.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I don't really get that one, to be honest with you.
Neither do I. That's what I'll bring it up. He might consider in terms of as a could be weird, but like a last managerial club job or something, if that makes sense.
What, before he does a national job, you mean?
Yes, you know what I mean. Like, a bit like Fergie said, "Oh, I'm done with the club football. I might have to manage the national team," and then you just realize, "Nah, just stick United," and that's it. You know what I mean? Like, just stick to one last club as if to close his club level CV, basically. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. I mean, he did say he was out of juice and he didn't want to manage anymore, but
Yeah, but they all say that, my friend. They all say that, don't they? They all say that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
By the way,
He just
can I be
wanted
like
out of
Mourinho?
Liverpool.
I'll be like Mourinho.
I don't think it was about money, to be honest. I actually think it was done with the board, and I think that because they had, I don't know, they had quarrels between themselves.
Yeah.
He's just gone, sod this, can't be bothered anymore.
Yeah.
And he just wanted out, and he was like, oh, well, I'll leave it in a good place anyway, so I'll bow out now.
Yeah, he bounced. As you're saying, he bounced out pretty much.
Yeah. So yeah, but did you see any of the Dortmund Barca game?
That one I didn't get a chance to see much because I was too busy in our own game. I was just too busy in our own game thinking.
Yeah,
didn't get a chance to see
bits
much
and pieces of it, Sparks.
Yeah.
Because I was kind of flicking between that and the Villa game, depending on which one looked like it was going to had a chance of being turned. So yeah, Dortmund created plenty of chances. As you said, Barca play with an incredibly high line that gives you opportunities to get in behind them. As it could have been turned around by Dortmund had a goal disallowed late on. No, it was offside. He was offside by about a yard. But again, if he holds his run, if that goes to 4-1, it would have been 15 minutes or so left. Who knows what could have happened then? But yeah, Barca just did enough to hang on. Got the goal through an own goal.
Generous much.
Yeah. Barcelona have plenty of talent. We all know that. But having said that, I think Inter could beat them. I think Inter are the type of team that they'll give you nothing easy, and if you give them half a sniff of it, they're more than capable of taking it.
I think we're the same as that. I think we are the same kind of a system. I'd probably give Inter the slight edge on us, if you like, and if you're looking from a tournament football point of view, I'd probably put Inter at the top.
Yes,
I'd probably put us second, Barcelona third, and PSG fourth. To be honest, for tournament know-how, I mean for
well, look, it's 2 years ago they were in the final, so
for the whole job, but. I mean, obviously, I carry a little bit of bias, so it's obviously not everything that goes with it, but altogether, I'm happy with PSG. So, we have to wait for that. Was it 29th, isn't it?
Week off Easter.
Tuesday week.
Yeah. So, We play Sunday away at Ipswich.
Yeah.
What we doing? Are we rotating again, or we play full lineup for that and then
Yeah, we play Wednesday then against Palace as well. So
Palace?
I
Yeah,
think you'll probably see some rotation, and you'll probably go all out against Palace, given we don't play again for another week after that, because we've no game next weekend. So
yeah. Is
the
that the
Palace
FA
game
Cup?
has been moved. Yeah,
Yeah,
Palace are in the cup semi-final. So
yeah.
so we play Wednesday. I think he'll go as close to full strength as he can. Now, what he might do is he might leave Partey out and try and figure out who's going to replace him, and use the Palace game as an audition, for want of a better word, for the
Who do
guy.
you think replaces him?
Depends. If Jorginho's fit, I suppose that's the obvious thing to do, just a one-for-one swap. If Jorginho isn't back, then you're at a bit of a quandary. Like, I don't really want to move
Zinchenko?
Declan Rice. Yeah, Zinchenko's played in midfield for Ukraine plenty of
Yeah,
times. It wouldn't be new to him. I don't think I saw some people talk about moving Miles Lewis-Skelly into midfield. I don't want to do that. He's playing just way too well at left back, and he does that inversion incredibly well to give us an extra body in midfield. That if we take that away, I'm not sure a Calafiori or a Tierney does that quite as well as he is doing it at the moment. So to me, if Jorginho's fit, let's make as few changes as possible and just put him straight in and go from there. But
fair
again,
enough.
yeah, I think we'll know more after the Palace game.
Yeah, exactly. What do you reckon, Vez?
Completely exactly the same. I just want to see, hopefully on Sunday, this Sunday at least, I want to see Neto playing instead of Raya. Or it's just because Raya needs a rest. I'm sorry, because simply he's played a lot of the games now, right? He pretty much played every game there is, no?
Yeah,
He didn't play Girona. Remember, Neto tried to get himself sent off.
When was this?
did you not see the Girona game?
Yeah, the last group
Oh
game.
yeah, my bad. Yeah, when he got the ball just outside the line, right?
Yeah, outside the box and then did a save.
Yeah,
You're like,
a bit rusty. I mean, what can I say? He was probably a bit rusty.
Yeah,
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want. What's his face? David Raya just have a bit of a rest, surely, after these two beautiful games he's had. Really.
yeah. I mean, you don't really overdo it as a keeper, do you?
Yeah, I don't think it's the same for keepers. I think keepers need to keep playing, just to keep their sharpness up as much as
I hear
anything.
you. I can't disagree that comment, but I just mean, like, for the sake of he deserves a break. I mean, he just deserves a break. For me, he personally deserves a break.
Yeah, when they used to rotate Chesney and Fabianski, that always
Don't remind me, please.
That always kind of
Flabianski.
made my blood boil. That did.
Yeah.
And even when Fabianski was leaving, he left him playing in the final.
The cup final.
Yeah, you're like, I know he's your cup keeper, but he's leaving, and I don't care if it's his choice or ours.
What about this one? When he played Chelsea against Barcelona in 2010, and then he's even playing for the rest of the league. I'm like, Wenger, I love you, but what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? You're playing Flabianski, really? Or Almunia was still in the books back then,
Yeah, I mean, Almunia wasn't that great anyway, to be fair. But
Martinez was still in our books. That's still see you next Tuesday type. More like.
Did you see the Paddy Power post over the weekend? Basically, over the week, basically saying, how can Martinez be classed as a top keeper when he makes a howler every 4 weeks?
Saw that, yeah. No, I did.
Okay, yeah. I'm not quite sure if you're saying, he only does it every 4 weeks, so he's good, or he does it every 4 weeks, so he's bad. I just couldn't really work it out. It was like I'm sure that's what was intended by it as well. What do you make of that? Do you rate Martinez world class, or what are your thoughts on that?
It's one of those, when he plays for Argentina, so people who see him in tournaments, he looks absolutely world class for Argentina. And in tournaments, he's often bailed them out in a penalty shootout, be in Copa America or the last World Cup. I think they won a couple of shootouts where he was very, very impressive. But for Villa in the league, he mixes the good with the bad. He's just not very consistent. as Paddy Power says, he does throw in a howler every now and again. He definitely should have done better with that first PSG
Oh
goal
yeah,
the other day.
absolutely.
No reason why he didn't hold that. But yeah, as I said, it's one of those at international football, tournament football. He does look like a world beater because, again, games end up going to penalty shootouts, and he just seems to have a knack in penalties better than most goalkeepers for whatever
Yeah,
reason.
I mean, he's huge anyway,
don't
isn't he?
know.
But
I just wish, I'm
It's-
sorry, but I just wish when we had that 4-2 victory against Villa in Villa Park with that black and gold kit, I wish Martinelli just chipped him from distance just to rub it in more. You know, the man did keep you up as against Brazil in this World Cup qualifying, and he's managed to calm down, Emmy. Don't be doing that against Brazil, all people. You know, keep you up. I mean, I get it. It is arrogance. At the same time, for me, I don't classify him world class at all because he's just got great players in his national team. His team is not that bad. I really don't have a dig at Villa, but my eyes, he's just a cocky, arrogant man that I can't bear at times. Honestly, you can't bear.
yeah, he has that rapport, doesn't he? That he kind of rubs people up the wrong way a little bit.
Well, that
But
celebration. Remember we did this with the golden glove to the.
I mean, that's a bit
Yeah.
disrespectful anyway. To be fair, it's just I'm not sure that's necessary at all, and that's kind of one of the things that that kind of I was kind of glad to get rid of him. I mean, he had his opportunity to come through long before anyway, and just never bothered. So he probably wouldn't have been that good had he stayed with us anyway, because
No.
he got the impotence because we let him go, I guess. So, but yeah. What's your score prediction for the Ipswich game at the weekend? Do you think we can consolidate the second place, or do you think we're going to struggle?
I think we'll win 2-0. Probably one of those where it will be a struggle for a while, but you'd like to think we'd have too much for a team like Ipswich, who are basically already gone. I think the Wolves result a couple of weeks ago more or less confirmed that they're gone. So you'd like to think we'll have too much for them on Sunday.
2-0. So what are you going for, Bez?
I'm fighting 2-0, 3-0. I'll say 3-0 for myself.
Okay, fair enough. Who do you think is going to score out of interest?
Saka. Mourinho will score, of course. He's our main striker right now. I would love to see Kivior score a goal after these two amazing performances he's had against Madrid, because I just feel like all these players who just come in, just for the sake of it to make a difference in the squad, and now we're more like a unit, if you know what I mean? And we play as a team. There's players out there who just deserve to score a goal. The players have not scored in a long time. Or maybe Tierney would deserve. I'm not seeing his offside goal yet because.
Did you see his celebration? Actually, you mentioned Tierney. Did you see his celebration after the game?
I did see that too. Just beating me.
Last night.
Like a little kid.
Yeah, he was literally jumping all over the place.
I'm thinking he's the one who's leaving. Are you serious?
Well, he doesn't want to leave, does he?
I hope not. I do love him very much as well.
Yeah.
I was there for his debut. Saka, Martinelli. I was there against Forest or Karabakh 2019 or 2018, I think it was.
Yeah.
So for me, there's just special players, all three of them equally, But I don't think about that now. Please don't do that to me. I don't want to think about Kieran Nugent. KT3, man, he's my Scottish king. I call him. He's the King Kieran. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, he was kind of the start of the rebuild, if you like, and kind of everything that kind of ascended around him.
You know what? I love him. When he scored that goal against West Brom, short sleeve, snowing, drizzling. I was like, what a warrior, man! What a warrior this man is.
Yeah.
And the great goal, from left back. He's a left back. Correct me if I'm wrong. I was like, wow.
Yeah, he's got a couple of goals actually from there.
Yeah. So that one was special. And the snow short sleeves as well. With that celebration, the way he did it, I was like, and then with the Tesco bag even as well, to make me more happy as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. Where do you think where do you think the 2 goals are going to come from, Mark?
I think Marino will get one, and probably Martinelli.
Yeah.
I think Martinelli's a bit of a streaky player, so hopefully the fact he's got one on last night that he'll go on a run of getting a few goals over the next few weeks.
Yeah, I think the Martinelli thing is interesting because it has taken him a little bit of a while to score again, even though he's had the performances. And granted, he's had performances going forwards and backwards, but he started to get the form back, and then not necessarily put it in the net. Or I think he did have an assist, didn't he? He had a crossover, didn't he? For
against Fulham,
yes, for second goal. I mean, he looks up now. Remember, I told you, Mark, beginning of the season, he needs to look up a bit more.
Well, that's how he started before his first upturn. He was literally just getting into the byline, and then he just wouldn't look anywhere. He wouldn't go anywhere, and we just it just stops, sort of thing. But
I'm sorry, was this the Villa game? I think 2 days after my birthday.
No, I'm talking about before his upturn, probably a season ago.
My bad. I misheard you.
I'm not talking about a specific one this season, but he hasn't really bounced back to those heights, has he, recently? So it's kind of nice to see in the 5 games or whatever it is that he started playing and getting back that kind of form again.
Yeah, big time.
Yes. I'm going to predict I'm going to go with a 2-0 as well. And I'm going to go Marino to score and assist Ødegaard.
If you got the wrong prediction, both of you buy me both a drink on that Tuesday against PSG. Then done.
If we get them wrong, what you have to
both buy me a drink, both of you.
Yeah, but what if you get it wrong?
2-0 is the correct score.
I said 3-0.
That means you have to buy us 2 drinks each.
Hey,
that's the way it works,
doesn't work
guys.
like that. Doesn't work like that.
It's a drink for every goal.
My leg. I bought him a Stella, man. I bought him I bought him a Stella, and I don't know if I bought him.
I mean, it's not the worst one in there. If you get Cruz Campo, Jesus Christ, you need a bank loan.
I've seen it, my friend. It's going high.
Geez. It's took me 3 weeks to get served, and now I need a bank loan as well.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So they started turning that around as well, and actually having it so that you didn't have to wait forever. But now it's kind of gone back to that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but they don't have Amazon Prime in the coronet, sadly. That's what bugs me. It's really frustrating.
Oh, they don't even have that now. I'll start taking my Fire Stick so you can plug that in.
You could tell them. You could tell them
that. Where do you think we finish then now? Do you think that obviously title's well out of it, but do you think we stick in second, or do you think we drop down? Do you care? What's the deal? What do you think?
I'd like to finish as obviously you want to finish as high as possible, but anywhere between second and fifth is more or less the same thing, really, isn't it? You get the same prize for it, essentially in terms of qualifying for next year's Champions League. So no, I think a lot will depend on what goes on in the PSG game in terms of where we're at. If we're keeping players for a final, if the semi-finals tight, the Bournemouth game is in between them two, so you could see heavier rotation there again. So I think, look, as I said, you want to finish as high as possible, but anywhere between second and fifth, the prize is essentially the exact same. So again, our eggs are very much in the Champions League.
League, of course. Yeah.
PSG has to be the priority, and getting to the PSG game with as many players as possible fit and available, I think is priority number one.
Yeah, would you agree with that, Bez?
I don't sound argumentative, but I'm on the fence of yes, I want to agree with Mark, but at the same time, I want to be like, just finish like best of the rest for the sake of just end the season well. Don't finish too low. You know, these haters now, I won't say who, but these haters will start talking again. You know, the how say this, the sparrows, guys, I'm gonna call them, if that helps. The sparrows start, quacking or whatever they do, the sparrow does. And literally I'm thinking, I want to finish anywhere in between top 4, as we usually do in our history, as you know. And I just think, as Mark's saying, bear in mind, we're thinking about mine in the semi-final. But I just I think just finishing the league strongly. Of course, I want us to keep in the Champions League. I technically want that playoff because it's just extra 2 games before starting a new season. Just
I don't think that happens anymore, does it?
Playoff. No
There is
playoff
no
anymore.
playoffs. If you finish in the
Bar
Champions League
Euroleague.
spot, there is no playoff.
Yeah,
Just
straight.
straight in. That's it.
straight in now. Okay, fair enough then. I
In
guess I'm making an
Europa,
argument for no reason
there's
then.
one.
Pardon?
Yeah.
There's one in
Conference.
Europa League. The further down you go, the more that you have to play in Europa. But
I
they don't
see.
do that in Champions League anymore.
I think Conference League is the same, isn't it? Chelsea played a load of games.
Yeah.
Even qualified
I
for
think
that.
there's 2 qualifying rounds for that.
I think you could be right on that,
I
Sparks.
think.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think you have
Fair
to get
play
it
then.
through one and then do another. But so you got an extra 4 games.
I wasn't
But,
aware for the Champions League. I wasn't aware of the Champions League one.
No, because they've expanded the competition, they basically nullified the need for the qualification thing. So yeah, you don't have to do that anymore.
Well, I'll take a strong end to the season in the league. That's what I say. With a calm head to focus on the main prize,
Yeah, I mean, I don't fully disagree with you, but I mean, it doesn't really matter to me. But it'd be quite sad to see us drop out of the second spot now, even though people will say, "Oh, you've won a hat trick of
That's why I'm saying
of
that.
seconds." But we're hearing that from teams that are 15th.
Yeah. I know who you're talking about. Don't worry, I'm here. I know you're talking about.
13th or 14th or 15th. You're like,
Give the right arm for second.
yeah. Which one are you choosing? Which one are you choosing? 2nd or 16th?
By the way, did you see that video? Who was it? I think it was I keep forgetting about. Sorry, I just came to mind right now. Was it Gabriel Magalhaes said to Declan Rice, "Give me your right leg. I need that right leg of yours. Give it to me." Literally, I only remember now. I was like, how can you say this? You're man of the match. Like, give me your right leg. I need your leg. Give me your leg.
Yeah, because he wants to play.
Of course, yeah, I bet it would be. It'd been amazing to see him play against that team.
Yeah, for sure.
Remontada. What do you call it now?
Yes. Yeah. Well, we look forward to that. I mean, obviously, that's 12 days away now, so we got to kind of look forward to that. We'll get all the tickets in the bag, which apparently you could do day after tomorrow, I think they said. I can't remember exactly, but yeah, they sent an email earlier on.
And we're knocking through people's doors. Give me your ticket. Give me your ticket.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah.
I'll try. I'll try. I'll keep you posted. I'll try. I'll chop them. I already called him anyway. I already called him about it. So he said,
yeah, you're not be getting mine, unfortunately. But
I didn't say you, okay? No, not you either. Okay, so clear off. No. Clear off. Get lost. I didn't say the F word. I said get lost. Okay, get lost. Get to the chopper.
Exactly. Well, I think we've done what we need to say, and yeah. So yeah, we're through at least, and we look forward to the Ipswich game at the weekend. See what happens there, and yeah, hopefully we get 3 points there, and that will kind of wrap up the second place anyway for me. To be fair, yeah. So we get that done. I'm pretty sure a lot of the teams that kind of behind us need to play each other as well. So they'll be pushing each other back as well. Chelsea got an awful run of it. Actually, quickly on Chelsea, do you see Chelsea finishing in the Champions League spaces?
No.
I'll say this: I couldn't give a flying toss about them.
Yeah, but we it's kind of a talk show. So the point is, I ask a question, you answer it.
Okay. Yeah. I hope they do what they do best. Okay.
Which is what?
Lose. I think that's
lose this completely, and then say to us, "We're going to win the league in December." But we're in the title race.
Well, yeah. I mean, we've got our friend that comes on here as well that basically says that. That the Man United are going to win the league before Arsenal do, and then they could do. They could do.
Never know. But we talk about the present, right? We talk about the present time.
Yeah, well, he gave it 3 years though.
Well,
he reckons United are going to win in 3 years.
I know you're talking about.
And you're like, okay then, yeah. If that's the confidence you got, fair enough, mate. Fair enough.
Fair enough by me.
But yeah, Chelsea is 6th at the minute.
Yeah.
And they've got to play Newcastle.
Yeah.
Well, Newcastle have to play us as well. Don't forget.
Got Everton as well.
Yeah, they've Liverpool as well, don't they?
They have Liverpool as well, yeah, and
They
Palace.
finished with Forest. They have to play Forest as well.
Oh God, what a
Yeah,
round that
so
is!
I don't think they're finishing even top six. I think they finished seventh or eighth, to be honest. They've got an
I'd be
awful
surprised.
running.
Um,
Just
I feel
doing
cold,
that, right?
man. I
You
feel
know, you've
cold.
done that, right?
I feel cold. Sorry.
Did
Go on.
you see the video where he was in a lineup where Palmer was in a lineup with loads of kids or bigger kids, and there was about 6 of them, and they all did the cold
No, was it in
celebration.
his dad's motherland, right?
I don't know where it was.
I think
But,
his dad's motherland. I forgot the name of the
I
country.
thought it was just on a game, but it was just I think it was one of the Europa League games or something.
I
But
don't
all
know.
the kids lined up and did the cold celebration, and every single one did it better than him. It was so funny.
Hey,
You literally just watching it.
Rogers of Villa does it too, right? They've been talking to each other this on the side, but Rogers does it the same thing as well, no?
Well, Rogers did it first, I think.
I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah, I think they did it first, and then they all had to go at Wissa, didn't they? Because he did the humble celebration,
No.
and he was humble at Arsenal and stuff like that. And you're like, nope, that's his celebration.
yeah.
Good God.
He's been doing it for 2 years, mate. He literally does it every single time he scores.
Yeah.
So,
People can just confirming they don't watch much football.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Nicely said, man. Nicely said.
Or they expect everybody else to be as agenda driven as they are.
Oh God.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's probably more to the case anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll wrap it up from there. Bez, thank you very much for coming on.
Twice in a week, yeah. Don't forget.
Twice in a week. Yeah.
Commitment. Do you think commitment enough?
Mess with my calendar.
Commitment to the cause, mate. Commit to the cause.
Yeah, just answer quicker.
Hey, I'm buzzing. I already told you from the get go. I'm buzzing right now. What do you want me to do?
I want you to answer quicker.
Hey, leave me alone.
I mean,
I said no BS for you.
We're all about
no
honesty here, right?
I said no BS for you. It's done now. I broke the contract. I ripped in the contract. Done.
We're all about honesty here, so yeah, I was just being honest, mate.
Same here, man. Same here, man.
But I say it in the proper tone. You know?
No hard feelings. No hard feelings.
Oh, yeah. Mark, thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Anytime, my friend, anytime. Just respond in the chats. But yeah, we're going to wrap it up now. And yeah, we'll be back for another show on Tuesday. Have a look at what happened on the Sunday game. But in the meantime, I've been Spox. This is Footy Corner. Good night.